We saw the two tests against Italy, and there was a lot of talk around the breakdown. What did you take away from today's match around the breakdown?
It's Georgia. Their game is aggressive forwardness. They came to take us kg for kg. They took us on. They never once thought they were dominated. Garcia we had a game today. They almost aimed at him. Every piece of defense was aimed at him. Sia Khaleesi doesn't go back often. Today was a tough day at the office. Yeah. We lost 3 scrums. Even with a brand new front row, South Africa doesn't go backwards in a scrum. Georgia came to play. Kudos to Georgia. To lose by that amount, they should have lost by little.
Yeah.
In Rassie we trust. Rassie's trying things. Yes. South Africa we get very spoiled because we normally win against the New Zealands, Australia, whatever. We are the South Africans, we're not winning by a big enough margin. We're still winning, but we get upset because we haven't won by 50 or haven't won by 60, 70. Rassie we trust. Rassie's trying combinations. He's trying different things. Shame, Sasha had a shocker as well. Sasha has been more consistent in every other competition. Today puts on the green and gold. That's a shocker. If you have to have a blunder, today's the day to have it.
Okay. And then what do you, out of the 4 tests, I mean, Rassie's blooded a lot of new guys. We give him credit for that. But are we ready for the championship, do you think?
100%. Depth. When you are stringing your 8th side of combinations, we are ready. You see Faf. I hope people will see this. Faf came on for a little bit. Shame, I think he had an HIA, but in a matter of 10 minutes, he turned the momentum.
Changed the game,
all of a sudden, we look like South Africa. There wasn't random passes into nothing. All of a sudden, he is taking on their big forwards and making it count. Don't miss opportunities or whatever. Handre Pollard for president, obviously. I mean, we are spoiled with a player like him. He comes in, all of a sudden shows. My whole thing about that back line with the Sasha, Lebok and all those guys, it's great to have this diverse back line, whatever. You still got to kick it through the balls. Yeah. It's a simple game. Yeah. It's a simple game. I think he missed 4.
A bit scrappy, a bit sloppy, but we pulled it through. Some good tries at the end. Georgia stood up to the test. So all in all, happy with the game, eh?
And out of the 4 tests, what do you think the Springboks can take away from the incoming tour?
We've got a lot of depth. Almost got 2 teams we can field now. So all positions, a lot of depth, some debutants. We blood some new guys. So I think the squad is looking good. And we're ready for Rugby Championship now, eh?
Beautiful game. I like the Georgian guys that brought the game to us. And we responded with a good thumping. Loved the second half. First half wasn't good. Second half we were on point.
There was a lot of talk around the breakdown especially the first test against Italy. It didn't look too tidy today either. And we had experience on the field today. What's your take around that?
Talking about experience, it's all about a strategy game. Look at the strategy. You can't put your cards on the table now. We are investing in a lot of strategy now, and everyone is busy trying to invest in a lot of gameplay strategy. We can't do what we did in France. This is a new ball game coming up together, so let's see what Rassie has for us in the bag.
Can you give us your take on today's game?
I thought Georgia played really well. I think the Boks had so much energy. It was actually insane. Like minute 79, pulling off those moves that they pulled. I thought, if they played like that against Italy, it would have been even a worse scoreline than what it's looking here. So I thought it was amazing. Yeah.
Do you reckon out of the 4 tests we played this incoming series, Georgia was the toughest?
I think they were up there. I mean, I don't think they played badly. I thought the Boks were just playing so free and energy, and all those new guys were trying to make a name for themselves. It was a very fun game. I think people were expecting a bit of a boring game like Italy and stuff, but it was very exciting. you could put any of those tries in the top 10 tries of the year. So I thought it was great.
And what's your take on what happened around the breakdown? Because there was a lot of talk after the first Italian game that our breakdown was not too polished. And the same sort of thing happened today. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was good. I didn't think it was unbelievable, but yeah, I think you can't really fault the Boks too much for what happened. It could have been better, could have been worse, but all in all, I thought it was 9 out of 10 for sure. Yeah.
I thought a bit of a slow start, but we finished well. Good squad performance. Looking forward to the more serious tests a little bit later on.
And if you look at what Rassie's doing, building depth around the squad, do you think he's doing enough of that, or is not doing?
I think the squad is so deep. I think we could almost fill 2 23s at the moment. So the squad depth is there. It's just, I think, giving the 32 to 34-year-old players less time to make sure that they are fine in 2 years' time. That is, I think he's doing a good job.
And I mean, looking forward to the World Cup in 2 years' time, with the under-20s also doing so well.
Fantastic, yeah.
What do you think the shape of SA Rugby is looking like?
Look, well, firstly, very excited about the final tonight. I think very exciting future. Very transformed team. And very exciting future ahead for the under-20s, hopefully filtering into the Springboks going forward. Yeah.
What's your take on the match, though?
I think it was good. I think it was always going to be, I was expecting a bit of a higher score, but I think, again, boys put in a good performance, and I think the combinations that he's trying is starting to work out. So we had some of the old, some of the new, so it's good to see everybody gelling together.
What's up, guys? So yeah, the SA game was fantastic today. The boys put in the effort. They fucking came through They came through properly.
You can use whatever language.
And they just came, all the pushes are coming through. I see it's a very young side for South Africa that's currently there, and I'm liking the vibe, I'm liking the energy by the boys. And yeah, it's good to see some of the boys that I played with that's there currently. So it looks looking good, and I'm looking forward to what the championship has to offer for us.
They've found another tiny wing who's just tearing it up, scoring tries for fun. Where's he finding these people?
Oh, come on, my friend. You know, South Africa, big country, a lot of provinces. If you go down to the Western Cape and you get Boland, Paul side, you get the boys there, the talent is developed, just never got the opportunity. But now that we have the opportunity, everyone can go in full force. We don't have to worry about the quota and all of that things because everyone is at ease now. And we're no longer worried about the past. We're only looking forward to the future. So, yeah, let's see what the World Cup has to offer for us in 3 years' time.
And just a last thought. South Africa has made a big deal about size in the past. But these boys coming through are showing us that size is... It's the size of your heart, really, more than...
So if I had to look at it from my perspective, if you look at someone like Mani Lebok, and even if I have to go way back to your Pollard era, Pollard came through, the boy cooked properly, and he was also a young boy coming through from the SA 20 ranks, and as he came through to the 20 ranks, call up to the Springbok side. He performed because he can tackle, he's a very defensive player, as opposed to someone like Mani, which was more like your evasive attacking player. So just looking at things going forward for South African rugby, it's quite a journey that we can look forward to.
And then have you been following the under-20s?
So I have been following the under-20s, and there's one boy that stands out properly to me, and a lot of the flanks and loose forwards need to look out for it. Very big boys, but well-conditioned. Not necessarily fat boys like back in the day when rugby was more about your aggressor. It's more about your evasiveness now as opposed to the aggressive technical force game.
Rassie cooks. After last week with the Italians, he cooked. World Rugby shut him down and he decided, nah, fuck, we're going this way, we're cooking. This way. He decided to go this way and then World Rugby told him, no, you're going this way, and he went this way.
What's your take on the incoming tour in general?
The Italians, the Hungarians. I'm not going to lie, I think we should have done better. but it was entertaining rugby because Rassie just got to let loose. The whole squad got to let loose. So we enjoyed it. Good rugby.
You broke 50 for the first time today against an international this season. Does it bode well going into the championship?
The Wallabies have got their focus on the Lions series. The Pumas, they're building still. The Wallabies, I mean, the Kiwis have just had their asses handed to them by the French.
Pumas beat the Lions.
For the first time, yeah. No, actually, fair enough, but that was their first test, so we don't know how that was going to go about. I'm not going to lie, I think our biggest threat this season in the Rugby Championship is going to be the Pumas, not the Kiwis.
I think so too.
After the French 3-test series, a second team / third team showed up, but they damn near beat them in all 3 tests. I don't know, I think the Pumas could be a bigger problem than the Kiwis.
They were clinical, but we could have scored more points. I mean, the first half was a bit hard for us because they were 3 up and then we managed to finish it off. So, yeah, credit to our boys. I think they did well. So, well done, Boka.
And what's your take on the overall incoming tour into South Africa?
I think we are very confident, hey? I must say. The boys are confident. I rate we have a good team. We're going to play our World Cup team. That's my perspective. And credit to the boys. Come on, the Boka.
Say about the match.
I think it was a good performance, warm-up games, new combinations and things, but we're going to go full out for Rugby Championship. Ellis Park, Australia will be there, 100%.
And what's your take around the baby box, given the depth that Rassie's building around the senior team?
Oh, amazing depth. You're seeing the youngsters come through in all positions. I think Rassie's got something very strong going here, and I think we're going to beat the All Blacks tonight and just carry that momentum on 2025, 2027, 2029. Next 10 years, SA Rugby's in good hands.
And then finally, where do you think Rassie finds these little wings that are just scoring tries for fun?
No, it's just amazing. You watch the Craven Week, the Baby Box, SA Schools, just amazing talent coming through. And it's just amazing to see that for the next 15 years, we're going to have good rugby in SA, and we'll take it from there.
I'll hold it, don't worry. What's your take on tonight's match?
I think from our side it was a good game. I think we had prepared well. There were minor errors as the game progressed, obviously, but I think halftime we were able to just calm our heads and restart again in the second half. All in all, we'll take the win. We're happy with that.
But do you think, coming off the Italy win that was so clinical, did you not feel like we took a bit of a step backwards tonight?
A little bit. I think people all around expected more. I think we can all agree on that. But all in all, it's all about the fight, the mentality the team has to pull through at the end. That's what they did. So,
and I suppose the other big thing that we can take away is the depth that Rassie's building around the team. What's your take on that? With the thought of the Baby Boks doing so well also in their World Cup.
Yeah. So with the squad depth the Boks have, it's probably the best that we have. I'm not sure if I can compare with other countries. I'm not going to do that. But as far as the squad depth, it creates a lot of competition, number one, all in all, because if certain players get injured, another player who's already world class can just slot in, it makes it easier. From a Baby Boks point of view as well, I think the guys are knocking on the doors as well. They're starting off playing under 20s, under 21s. Next up, they might play senior rugby in the next couple of years. And who knows, they might end up playing the Boks in the next few years. So that's a good depth that we're building there.
So you think we're in good shape for the World Cup in 2 years' time?
I think I'd rather not speak on 2 years because it's a little bit too years. All we can do now is build from what we have now. Because you can see Rassie has experienced guys and the youth. So it's good to build both. By the time it gets to 2027, the youth now already has that experience that can maintain when these guys go out.
And then let me check, have you been following the Baby Boks?
I'm very excited. Yes, I've been following them a bit,
So Rassie's done a lot of blooding new talent at senior level. There are these boys coming through also. How is Springbok rugby looking going into the World Cup in 2 years' time, do you think?
Yeah, no, I think it will be well. I think the guys playing in Japan is extending their seasons, their careers. So I'm very excited, and I think we've got a lot of guys coming up now. They must just get time now. I want South Africa rugby to get a SAA team that travels and play Georgia, they play Italy, they play Portugal, they play Spain. Why can't we have 2 teams? And you're only allowed to play SAA if you don't have a Springbok cap. And then it's going to be even better. Yeah. Because the depth we have is great, but we can even make more. Yeah.
That's a great outlook. And then finally, do you want to call the Baby Bok final against New Zealand?
I think we're going to be down second half, down half time, and then those back 3 of us just going to go rampant, and I think we're going to beat them with maybe 2 tries at the end of the day. Yeah.
Good call. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Cheers. Hey?
No, it's not my birthday.
It's not your birthday. What is your take on the Springbok match, though?
They play very, very well. They did.
Is that it? That's all you're giving us?